Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another stream. Today we are going to be, excuse me. Today we're going to be doing more of the Bazaar. Yesterday, the patch was more of a maintenance. Well, not just maintenance, but it's more like what is the word that I'm looking for? Excuse me again. It didn't really fix a lot of like items. It was more like an optimization patch. Like that, I guess that makes more sense. So yeah, since then though, things have been nerfed. I believe they were nerfed the last time that we played already, and there hasn't been a major change to that. Apparently there is an incoming nerf for a railgun. Not sure when that's going to go live, but railgun is a little bit too consistent and a little bit too powerful right now, since you can get it at bronze now. And so that is that's going to be going bye-bye from what I've heard. It's just a matter of when, not if. But yeah, that is what we're going to do today. As you can tell by the title, it does say sleepy. I am pretty tired today. Well, it's not that it's any different. Like, I had an early morning shift today, but I was almost late because I was awake the entire time, and then I just kind of zoned out during like a random YouTube video, and I fell asleep for like 15 minutes, and I almost didn't make my delivery block. So, thankfully we made it, but yeah, it was not great. In fact, after the stream, I am going to take a much needed nap. Hey man, what's up? How's it going? How's work? Or are you off today, or what's up? In fact, let me go ahead and fire up the Bazaar right now. It's going okay. Boys got back from vacation. Yeah. Everyone's back. They said, or from what they've told me, they have said that New York, it was fun to visit, but the city is too dense and everything is too expensive. So while they did enjoy their time there, they preferred not to live there. Which makes a lot of sense. So I'm not totally surprised by that. Just playing games until lunch is over. Gotcha. Okay, I haven't done my dailies yet. Large and in charge. It's the little things. Jack of all trades. Okay, alright. Probably don't have to reroll any of those. So yeah, incoming nerf for railgun. Not sure when it's gonna happen. Gonna start with Dooley today. But apparently it's a problem. Yeah, that is going to get nerfed into the floor, which probably is a good thing, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, we got a medium item vendor at the start, which isn't really great for us, unfortunately. You kind of never want to start medium items on Dooley ever, because Dooley has a lot of medium items and a lot of the bronze ones suck. They need support from small or large items. So yeah, medium item vendors pretty useless at the start. We'll see. Like I said, I might zone out multiple times in the stream, and if I do apologize. I'm so tired right now. I debated taking a nap and starting the stream later, but I was like, nah, you know, might as well go for it now. Okay. Let's see, small and medium. Alright, not gonna re-roll, thank you.
Some folks a lot older than me have lived a lot less, and you've learned all you can from me. See Argenta.
Oh.
She's wonderful.
Okay, we have 2 friends.
Enjoy the thrill of battle.
Well, we didn't get railguns, so okay.
Use it well. Make me proud. Go make some more stories. Then come back and tell me.
Right now, tentatively, we are going to go for weapons and a railgun. So we'll see how that goes. I was playing a bit off stream earlier this morning, or in the early morning, and I saw that kinetic cannon is still pretty viable. So maybe we'll do a kinetic cannon builds if we're not pushed into dinos or something. Pretty sure I lose this one just based off of the region. And I have nothing to cleanse poison, so I'm pretty sure I'm just dead. Yep. And there it is.
But you would squander it.
Sad. Well, so I didn't see this earlier. I don't know if they're here or if they lurk, but Hikaru-kun, I appreciate the follow. That was a little while ago, and I just did not get it for some reason, so I am so sorry about that.
Don't have scales? I can forge some for you.
Small and medium again? Man, they're really not giving us a lot of opportunities. I'm not going to reroll. Rerolling's too expensive. That's a no. I'll go here. Oh, we might be too weak for crab even. I hope not. That would be sad. No, it looks like we'll be fine. Cool. Okay. Maybe we'll save that for a transform.
Sometimes I sell stuff.
Just kind of hoping that would be a railgun. I guess not. Weapon core it is. We were not given. We didn't get railgun early, and we didn't get crit core, so. This is your only friends. Cybersecurity. Chris Army knife, though. That's not a friend. Okay. Maybe. Cybersecurity might be a little too slow, but
not to squabble with nobody.
We'll just keep going with this. Looks like a burn weapon build. Yeah. They have more burst than me, plus they have burn, so I'm pretty sure I lose. My DPS is not good enough for this.
All
Nope.
cannon, no ball.
Wow, they had double pop snappers too, and it's both are silver already. That's crazy. They must have gotten that jungle event twice. Rocket launcher. Gonna get a medium item, even though it's not particularly helpful. Okay, this guy has a ticket, so we're gonna try to get it and assume that we're gonna make it to level or to day 9, but I don't know.
I flunked again.
I think with this, we're probably going to go, what's it called? Kinetic cannon, probably. Coolant. Actually, I don't need that to get any damage.
Cav does good work. We keep each other sharp. The fire softens, the forge strengthens. Remember that.
My battle days are over, but my weapons crave more. Enjoy the thrill of battle.
Okay.
Well, you can't.
We should be able to start looking for a kinetic cannon next day. If this is railgun or dinos, I'd probably die. Companion core. Fire. Oh, interesting. He's doing the friend builds. Yeah, I probably win. Yeah. Cybersecurity still confirmed good.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer.
Need to get this guy upgraded though. That's the thing.
Maybe if I got better goods.
Ah, you've just taken the first step toward good taste. You're a smart one for your size.
Yeah, I mean, no one here has a ticket, I don't think. I'll just go for the retiree.
First house when I was 20.
Should be able to wallop them pretty good with cybersecurity.
Whatever happened to respect your elders?
Yeah, it's crazy how much the temple run like kind of makes or breaks a lot of games these days. Ooh, actually, I have 20 gold, so I can just get a ticket. Nice. I mean, I'm basically poor now, but still. Slow.
There are a
Go
lot
with
of
that, I
steps
guess.
on the staircase, but it's beautiful up there.
Upgrade. Sure. So give it like one more ammo or something, maybe two. 2 more ammo.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share.
Oh, I
of
feel
storms.
it. Oh, Mr. Sandman is really trying to get me to put my head down. Oh, this is not going to end well.
Next
Ooh.
time, boys, less blunder,
Close.
more
Close.
plunder.
Close. Close. Was that really only the second PvP encounter I won? I thought I won one more. Guess not. Weird. Let's just gain income there. Well, I don't need to worry about tickets anymore. I'll just go with a Sabertooth. Getting either the Shiny Fang or Diamond Fangs is good. Small weapons, small items.
If you have to
Alright.
ask the price, you can't afford it. Neither wealthy.
Silver Friend. Ah. I was really hoping it was a free upgrade for cybersecurity.
The world is pretty scary. Am I too smart?
Alright. Okay, and now I actually need what's his face back.
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this
The
more fun.
Chris Army knife.
You fall like a boulder. I flow like the wind.
Eels. Yeah, actually, if I had the Chris Army knife, might have actually pulled that off. Hey, Big. How's it going? I've seen you in chat a bunch, but you usually don't say anything, so I don't want to force you to say anything, but I appreciate the hi. How's it going today? Hopefully you're doing good. wasn't focusing those times. Sorry for that. You don't have to be sorry, man. No, I'm not about forcing people to say anything. I'm happy to see people lurking in the chat, so yeah, no, I just want to say I appreciate you.
I mean, help you.
Okay, let's do that in the meantime. I hate doing that, but okay. Do I keep pulse rifle? Get cool LEDs. Yeah, this is probably better. 4, 6, 2, 5. Do something like that. Yeah, no, I love people that lurk in the stream. I do that all the time. Like I watch a lot of folks, and I just don't say anything. So yeah, no, I'm 100% there. I mostly have you on in the background while I'm doing other stuff, and that's perfect. That is perfect. I am 100% fine with that. I appreciate anyone that, you know, drops by the stream and whatnot. Whether or not you're an active participant or what have you, it's just nice. It's just nice to have people that want to watch and, you know, chill and hang out and whatever. So yeah, it's greatly appreciated. Sorry, just answering a message here. What was I doing? Okay.
Portions, the finer the meal.
Ooh, that's nice.
Everyone, you got it here.
Red button is okay, but it's not great. I believe at diamond it gets down to 7 seconds. Let me check. Red. Oh, it gets down to 8 seconds at diamond, which is still good. Because it charges adjacent large items for half. Right now it's still like 10 seconds is a lot. It's not really that good. I'll pass. If it was at least gold, I would go for it, but since it's not gold. This should be a huge DPS upgrade. This should go to like 500 now. Yeah. And then I think at diamond this goes to 800, which is insane. Which is exactly why they're gonna nerf this thing into the floor. Oh god, Lich. I'll attempt Lich for fun, but Lich is going to destroy me.
I will devour them.
Just based off of freeze and based off of the poison, I'm probably not going to be able to keep up with a regen. Well, I don't know, maybe. Oh my god, I actually beat Lich. I like never beat Lich ever. Whenever I see Lich, I just kind of dismiss it. That's insane. Icicle. I was really hoping, beyond a hope and a prayer, that if we did beat Lich, we would get the gold version of the petrifying skill, but oh well.
If you knew my true purpose, you would stand
That's
aside.
okay. Test subject alpha. That's interesting. I usually don't see people run this. I don't know if this item's good or not.
I lost everything long before you.
Against
were born.
Railgun, apparently not.
This is nothing to me.
But yeah, okay, cool. Now the problem with Railgun is that it falls off after like day 9, unless you get some kind of good enchant on it. And shielding's good, but to really take it forward past unknown territory, you kind of need obsidian on it. So yeah, I don't know. Medium and large. Can we get gold items already? I don't know.
Do you have any
I'm curious, so I'm gonna check. Okay, so we can get gold items. Schematics is good. Don't have enough for temporal navigator though. I don't think there are any relics we need to run, so that's probably fine, but
The bazaar's a crazy place, right?
well, that one guy keeps showing up. Okay, we beat Lich, but I do not think we beat Corsair. The burn is too much. We're probably okay against Thug, so we'll go ahead and do that.
Can't blame me for trying to survive.
Sorry, just responding to some text messages. Just trying to see if we're gonna watch a movie today. Pretty much seen everything that I wanted to see so far. Oh, that's nice. There is some other stuff that I do want to watch, but it's not super important.
surpassed me in power, but he can never.
Okay, that's good. Extra damage. Maybe we will get a lucky upgrade. Oh, hey, Mamasaur. You always seem to elude me. Tanky Yankee. Forklift.
Long enough to reconsider.
Oh, okay.
Just straight boulders. This
3D printer. Yeah, I don't even know what I would 3D print. Like Arc Blaster, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. Gonna pass for now. Oh, there's the other dino.
in and out here and there, so rushed, so confused.
Oh, there was a... Well, not really. I was gonna say there was a case to be made for Bunker, but I would have to give up 3 tech for it. I don't even know if Bunker is tech. It's probably a tool. Bunker... Oh, it's neither. It's just a large item. Yeah. Oh god, it's Boulder. 19. I think I'm dead.
Defeat does not
Oh wow.
defeat
Okay,
me.
guess not. Obsidian Boulder too. Well, I was definitely dead if that went off. Kind of surprised. All right. I mean, this is going pretty good. So
Potential.
Yes, even though that's gonna basically bankrupt me.
Mastery over me.
We'll just go with free stuff. That's really good free stuff. Oh, right, it's whenever I level. I think I'll go here because sharpened steel would be really good to get.
Fashion sensor malfunction. Outfit acceptable.
Okay. Sunderer. Ooh, bad blocker. Oh, doesn't work in my build, but that's a cool item nonetheless. Maybe a feather? Nope. Guess not. Gold items. I do not have the gold to upgrade that, so I will just go with monster loot. XP, please. Great.
I would tell you.
And this should get us level 10. Okay, so the question now is, because we have obsidian, do I get rid of the shield? Shield helps us against burn, but obsidian will just help us nuke them off the face of the planet. Either isn't wrong. I think I'm gonna go with obsidian because we do have defense grid. So that should help us out a lot. Once we get this upgraded to diamond, this is gonna get an extra 600 damage. Or something like that. Which is nice, it's just too bad we don't have, we weren't able to get the crit core. So, there we go. Alright, this guy should be dead. Yep. That's the difference. Depth charge. Alright. Well, we are going to do what we do. We are going to do the boulder event because that's super easy. Yep. I'm not really sure why this is a gold event, but whatever. We're gold tiered. If anything, it's kind of really backwards. Like the Caltrops one should be gold. I'm not sure about the dart gun though. But yeah, if anything, the boulder event should be bronze or silver. It's definitely like way easier than the other ones, so. Oh, whoops. There we go. 15% crit chance. Never go up against this. This thing will just fucking kill you. The other two are pretty okay though. go here. Should be fine here. Should.
You shall not wander the Dimnar.
Mm.
Long years have passed since any could.
If I get this, I will be a little upset. Okay, good. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Cats fight without weapons, but you will need them.
Crit.
One person died in my
25%. Nice.
day.
Okay, so we've got Spirit Diffuser, Nullfrost Altar, and Darkstone Focuser. I'm gonna get this so that I can enchant something with Obsidian. Plus it'll give me 50 gold. If anything, I'm going to enchant the core with Obsidian. Nice. Okay, great. Oh, we have like a ton of gold. I just realized that. I haven't been paying attention. It is Railgun. And also not Crit Core. Oh, wow. 93 damage difference. This core was going off way more than mine was. Yeah, if he had my damage, he would have won. That's actually crazy. We don't need that anymore since we can't go back.
Few warriors live to retire. Buy my weapons, and you might. I respect Nufu, but bare hands are not enough.
Really need to be finding that upgrade. 10 damage for 20. I'm gonna go with a freeze. I think freeze is good. This guy is actually worth pursuing now because of the skill. This used to give crit percent chance to anyone that used a weapon. It went up for everybody, and now it makes weapons do double damage when they crit, which I only have 25%, but hey, you know, could be a difference maker. 4%, 10.6. Okay.
Size dilutes the brain. Mine is highly concentrated.
GPU.
You want to buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
I'll probably replace the cool LEDs with GPU. Maybe some CDR. Okay. I'm actually going to use that on the core. Motherboard. Large. Okay, railgun upgrade, please. Ha 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 ha. I swear, every time I see Dualtron in a run that I'm not doing bugs with, it's just like he's mocking me.
I should warn you, I'm not like other Jabarians.
looks like tent went off.
Next time,
Yep.
I'll show you what I learned.
I was kind of worried that, like, this would loop for some reason, but looks like our damage output's good enough. Nice. 7 wins so far. That's really good.
I'm finished.
Alright, railgun upgrade. Come
I can
on.
help you finish.
Second time we've seen Dualtron.
And when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
Obsidian mech moles. Small and medium. Okay.
Everyone here is huge. It's terrifying. Mistwork says I'm bad at this, but I just want the huge things.
Yeah, no, to the Void Golem. If you blow up my railgun, then, you know, what's the point? Okay. Juggler's actually pretty good, so that would be nice. Of course not. Hamlet. No, thank you. Alright, fine.
Buried treasure. Hooey! Now that's
Yeah,
the part.
anything to eke out just a little bit more damage, I will take for sure.
Warms my rusty circuits to see that find on. While you're doing your part,
Those are
to clean
good
up
too.
the
We have
bazaar.
nothing that slows, unfortunately. Alright,
You had it
there we
down
go.
to Alaskan steel.
Big damage.
That's
Oh, look at that. So good.
Who I am does at the edge of the foundation.
Almost 2k. Love it. You love to see it. You love to see it. Ah, railgun. Deadly railgun. Oh shit. Well, hopefully my stuff goes off more than his stuff. Yep. Alright. It's just a railgun paradise for everybody. We've run into 0 dino builds. I know I'm jinxing myself by saying that, but that's actually insane. It looks like a lot of people are playing railgun right now. It makes sense. I mean, it's easier to put together than dinos, since railgun relies on tech. Alright, this is Obsidian 2. I don't really need to put burn on anything, do I? I mean, I could. I guess I would put it on, like, the Arc Blaster or something. Yeah, why not? Yeah, 8. It's probably not going to make a difference, but hey, whatever. It's
To
fine.
know you are the best is not humility, it is deception.
Okay. I need 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect.
Orin had a saying, power is...
Okay, almost up to
something like that.
1800 damage. We have another chance at the Foreboding Winds skill.
Your strength is beautiful.
Oh. We got Clockwork Blades again. 9.6. bad, not bad. Oh, that's nice. Not that we need it, but still. Conduit. Yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. Navigator. Sure, why not? I have 2 days left technically, so we have another dually. It is not railgun, it is drill. Oh wow, I haven't seen a drill build in forever. This might be good enough, actually. Oh. Damn. I guess not. I thought this was going to go off a lot more than it did. It's got deadly drill. A lot of skills. Yeah, and he made it to day 8. Well, he won 8 PvP combats and died. So he had an extra enchant. Which looks like the extra enchant was just the deadly on the drill. Or it could have been turbo on the Uzi, I'm not sure. Alright. Well, it is what it is, you know? I didn't expect to see drill of all things. That's actually pretty insane.
To trust the shrouded.
Okay, let's get level 15. I was hoping for CDR so that we could get this to under 9. Wow. Non-weapon items. You know, instead, let's go ahead and transform that.
You say objective fact. I say
Power sander. No, thank you. Oh, I mean, well, do we go for the potential juggler, or do we go for XP? I think we go for XP, because if I win, that means we get to level 16 before the end of today. Today is tentatively the last day, so obliterated, by the way. When you burn, charge, shield item. Well, that's alright.
People first, profit 10.
Oh, hey.
Now, if that doesn't work out for you, come back.
Look who it is. Damn. Nice. Ooh, okay. Here we go. Now this should be 60. Yeah, that's nice. Improve your weapons. I'll bite. I actually have the money for this. Enchant your leftmost weapon. Upgrade. Weapons gain 10 damage. Your leftmost weapon gains 25% crit.
Weapon has seen much.
Nice.
Time to it.
Alright. 51% chance to crit. So we're going up against a Mac. They have died. They've won 8 PvP combats. But because they've died, they have 1 enchant on us. So that could be the difference maker.
The ultimate secret. Will you get me any
Which Mac is it? It is... Oh, Regen Mac. Really? Interesting. Okay, cool.
I have no pride for you to ruin it.
Well, Yeah, that's what I expected. That is what I expected. Cool. Well, I mean, it was looking a little grim at the start, but somehow we pulled out a tenor. Somehow, right? Yeah, nice. Very nice. Cool. Ah, we were so close to getting everything. Damn. I need Railgun 2 more times and get another skill. Alright. Well, I already got you, so it's kind of a nothing burger there. I feel the Sandman. Stop it. Must stream. We got 2 free tickets. Wow. Oh, that's a really nice rug. I like that. That's cool. Alright. 1 more. Sag. Okay. I believe today is the last day for the pig skin. 11 hours. Empire Builder Pygmalion. Oh god, there's something wrong with the overlap. Hold on, let me go back. There we go. I do like Pig, it's just that right now he's not super fun to play. But I do like Pig. And this specifically targets my FOMO, so you win. All right. 5,000 gems in the hole. Well, you know what? Since we just got the pig, let's do a pig run. All right.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
Regal Blade. I don't know. Like, I know Square Pig's still a thing, but I really don't like Regal Blade. We're gonna get this, and we will fight you. I hope this run ends up going okay, but even if not, totally fine. It's technically free. So.
You seem like a nice person. Maybe too nice.
What the hell? What is this? Oh, okay. I'll do that later then. A fang? Damn.
Discounts for peace.
Alright.
Guided me to what you needed.
Now that's giving up the business.
It takes real confidence to let it.
I am assuming I am going to go weapons, so that's why I'm doing that.
Remember,
It only has one ammo right now, which is bad. That is good though.
whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
Really? Alright, fine. Do I win this combat? I'm gonna go with no.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Oh, actually, this is placed incorrectly. Ah, whatever.
Lamb legs.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
You move in straight
If I
lines.
had one more weapon, it probably would have been alright. Alas, I did not.
You've just taken the first step.
Oh, nice.
Drop it for you. Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless.
Okay.
Cast aside your destruments.
Can't afford it. That sucks.
I feel like that decision comes from a negative place.
Not strong enough. Probably okay here, though. Oops. Damn it. There we go. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Stay
It's all
awake.
about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Small and medium or upgrade? I think I'm gonna upgrade here. I'm gonna upgrade these.
Lions have lived. They have stories.
Okay. Weapon? Cargo shorts. Oh, hey. Look at that. Okay.
You do see these tusks, right?
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of stories.
Vanessa, are you? I see. Okay. Wow, 72% chance to crit. Alright, well. Let's make sure this guy's in the ground.
Like my crew says at the bar. Another round.
Oof. Okay.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Ooh.
Just toss that on my back, and I'll trot it to your door.
Okay. So in that case, we need to find Drum.
You're listening to your needs. That's good.
We need to find Drum. I believe this one has a ticket. Yeah.
But this'll be fun.
I fucked up the placement. We'll be fine, but still.
Seeing spots here.
Yeah, we got it. Good Jorb. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Small and large. Don't mind if I do.
Let's get this over with.
Ugh, that hurt. Damn.
Nothing. If you're not growing, you're failing.
Bronze. Yeah, upgrading the Lumbors isn't terrible.
Good luck then.
Tightened, tempered, oiled, and tuned. My battle days are over, but my weapons...
I still want to make an Atlas Stone build work one of these days.
Use it well. Make
That would
me
be
proud.
pretty sick. I've seen on the subreddit where someone made like a 1.6 second Atlas Stone or something like that. It was like insane.
Are you sure? Noticed I'm huge?
In 100 years when you are dust, I will remain.
Ah, I see. This could actually translate pretty well into a femur build if he finds it. Yeah, I think I lose like straight up off of the region. It doesn't matter how hard I scale. I'll just never be able to outscale the region. Yeah, even if I crit.
You are merely a step
Yeah.
on the ladder I must climb.
If my damage ticks weren't impeded by the slow, there was a chance for me to win there. But hey, it is what it is.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff.
I like Halati. I don't like it at Bronze. There it
Well,
is.
this is embarrassing.
Do you have to leave already?
Let's see. So we'll do something like that. Well, no, that's fine. We do want to get rid of Lumbors here. At some point. It's probably going to be the first one to get replaced. Especially since we only have Silver Drum right now. Silver Drum's actually kind of bad. Kind of need Gold Drum before we start doing good things.
Phew, gotta hand it to you. That was a mighty fine tussling.
Great.
Few warriors live to retire. Buy my weapons, and you might.
Which goes 2 spare change. Just to get rid of you. That loses a second, that's good.
Action.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Ooh, more damage. Let's go. Golds. Yeah.
My people believe boring.
This is Tanky Yankee. Okay, dinos. Didn't get the primal core though. We might win this combat. Yep. That's good, that's good. Early victories are good. Get a property. It's free real estate, literally. Health and shield.
Oh, a customer.
I was hoping for shield and yo-yo or something.
But I'll keep working on it.
Yeah, we do want Diamond Fangs. If we can get all our small stuff, especially the yo-yo to diamonds, Diamond Fangs is like indispensable. Damn. Got Shiny Fang though. Shiny Fang's pretty good.
People first, profit 10.
I'm yawning up Storm. Yeah, sure. We can still float that. Let's get more money. Yeah, if we go here, we could get... Okay, that's good. I'll take the egg as well. That's good. Don't have anything that slows. Okay. Sorry, I like completely zoned for a second there. If we can find Dragon Tooth, that would be really amazing.
You do see these tusks, right?
Get it to diamond as quickly as possible so that we can start tacking on a ton of damage. It is railgun, so chances are... Oh god, and he's got atomic clock too. Yeah, I probably lose, right? Oh no, I actually just beat him, huh? Probably should get rid of the Z-Sword. The Sword.
The bazaar's a crazy place, right? Now, if that doesn't work out for you, come back for a refund.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Alright. Alright, that's good. Yeah, we need to up the drum.
Ready to pick up the pace?
There it is.
Necromancy doesn't just
Speaking
whip
of.
buttons. It feels good.
Turbo Showcase. Got it. Okay, I'm not confident, but I'm gonna try. We get this, that gives us a huge gold injection. Oh yeah, we're good. We ate. Good shit, good shit. Silver or lower. Oh, know where that's going.
The fire softens before it strengthens.
Hell yeah. Non-weapons. Get item. That's a nice free one. I'm just gonna get the gold. Sorry about that. I was not able to reach mute in time.
Noticed I'm huge?
Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
Cannonades. Ooh, classic weapons, Vanessa. Alright, well, they got a lot of burst, but so do I.
Bring her about! I've got another salvo.
My burst is better. Nice skill, though. Counter-Strike's really cool. Okay, small and medium. Sure.
These things? Then I would get rid of Shiny Fang and the ring gauntlets, huh? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it as is.
Welcome in, hon. What can I get you?
It's kind of too late for Boomerang.
Hey, that's okay. It's been nice.
Kind of a bad shop, to be honest. I think we can beat Ghost Pepper. I think. Even with the regen, we should be fine. Yep.
I am pain.
Yep, it's true. Oh man. If only I had burn. Weapon skills. Cricket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, perfect.
You will not die. Makes Ryukan look bad.
Oh, hey, there we go. Diamond Yo-Yo. Let's go. All right, that's what I'm talking about.
But I can help you finish a fight.
Ooh, Obsidian
I
Boomerang.
respect new food.
Okay.
Bare hands are not enough.
Fair enough.
I should warn you. I'm not like other Jabari.
I'm actually holding out on a transform event for the
so that I can study.
Cinder. Uh-oh. Burn build. Me no likey. Should kill them though.
If you think you've hurt my feelings, I assure
Stuff
you I
barely
haven't.
went off. I think the only thing that went off was the candles, maybe. Oh. Okay, so earrings, candles. Okay, so about half his items went off. Too late, though.
Moving up in the world.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
Nice.
You want to buy that?
I really wish we had gotten the Diamond Fang skill. Got 3 diamond
I would spar with
small items.
this leg. Join
4.
me in this battle. Well, you can.
Obsidian Lion Cane. Too bad we're not stacking HP like we should be doing, but alright. Alright, come on, Sharpen Steel. Now at the start of every combat, this is 10 if we can spend 3, which is amazing.
Override. Welcome to the club.
Man.
Now that's giving up the business.
Oh, man. Alright, fine.
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation. You leave it behind, someone else finds it. It all works out.
Property, huh? Wow. Someone abandoned a balcony? Yeah, fine.
My dreams are too big for you to steal.
Alright, Nessa, what do you got? You are Trebuchet. Is that icy revolver? Alright.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
If we get obsidian, we're putting it on the drum, by the way. She might. We might get that thing that we got in our last game. That relic that makes the leftmost weapon get enchanted with obsidian. Okay, let's see. We've got stone, jewels. These actually aren't too bad. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but fine, whatever. I lost my place there for a second. 6.8. I'm still not confident in that. I'm gonna go here. I think that's where we went last time, but the bronze and silver encounter we should be able to clear easy, so.
I have failed, but Comads will not.
Wow, you know what? Hell yeah. While you have shield, your weapon cooldowns, your weapons have cooldowns are reduced, have their cooldowns reduced by 20. Wait, is that proper English? While you have shield, your weapons have their cooldowns are reduced by 20%. They could remove the word R, and that will be fine. Flame. Ah, damn it. We didn't get it. No. However, we can get that to work in conjunction with Heat Lover here, so... Oh, and look at that. This actually works out. And we don't need that anymore. Hell yeah. Shit's just slotting into place.
I'm huge.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobody.
We've got... Proboscis?
Defeat does not defeat me.
2.4, 3.2, 4.8, 5.4, 8 seconds. Damn.
Now that's quality.
I heard something upgrade. I assume it was... Yep, it's the egg. The egg can produce any friend, even a large one. So... Improve your burn. I do have that. Oh, we can make that diamond? Shit. This run is just fucking working out.
Any good fights lately? Oh, I do miss it. Go make some more stuff.
Okay.
Come back and tell me.
Do we have any crit? We do have some crit. So, trying to get the skill actually isn't terrible.
Your strength is beautiful.
It's all about motivation. You gotta know what you're fighting for.
Oh yeah.
One person's item.
More damage.
Today.
I'm about it. I'm about it. Hello there. Huh. Grunk Buncombe.
I should warn you.
That's fair.
My people believe in peace.
Let's see. We've got... Oh, wow. Well, invalidated. Ooh. Ooh, man. Shut down. Yeah, let's try to get as far ahead of the EXP curve as we can. Right now we're only level 11 on day 11. That's actually kind of bad. Ideally we want to be like around level 13 at this point.
Whatever Moo's paying you, I'll double it. now.
Oh, okay. Yes. Shield. Yeah, we don't have anything that can affect with the juggler, so we'll go. Just go here. Box cutter's 3 seconds. Did not know that.
Have grown strong. This is good for the bazaar.
Lockbox.
Everyone here is huge. It's okay. Now sell me something. Something huge.
I don't know. I guess here. Maybe we can get an upgrade for the snowmobile. Nope.
Every item finds its buyer. It's a relationship, you know?
You do see these tusks, right? Are you sure? Have you noticed I'm huge?
Money tree. Tent. Gavel. Oh god. Okay. Nope. In fact, I'm pretty sure he hit himself with that. Oh, that must be the egg at Diamond now. Upgrade, nice. Yeah, it is. Alright, let's see what we get. It's enchanted too. Radiant Monitor Lizard. That's a disappointment. Oh, you know what skill we need? We need the skill that's like your weapons gain damage based off of the amount of gold that you have.
That's a fine piece. But it can temper.
That's what we need.
Reinforce.
Ah, the joy of more.
Oh my god, did we get everything to diamond?
Feel the difference? That's some massive.
Holy shit. Full diamond board. Damn. That's crazy. Cold room. I like cold room. Alright, fine. We actually have some skills that could increase our shield, which is always good. Looks about right.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win. But
Of course we get Land Scraper.
Send me your huge items. Price? Don't care.
To be honest, I don't even know why I went into that shop. Sure, let's ironically make a fiery snowmobile. It's more region for me. Alright, so this is tentatively the last
You
fight.
should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Halago.
Oh god. That's a lot of damage.
I paint my ship red, but I don't use it.
Wait, what? he has foreboding winds. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Actually, it makes perfect sense.
One cannot trade diamonds for glass, you know.
Good shit. Properties and toys, 20% crit chance. Yep. Yes, please. Okay. XP. I guess I'll just get that because why not? Okay. Do we try to go for the skill or do we try to go for level 15? Gonna try and go for level 15. Actually, if we get hyper focus, that would be crazy. Because we do have literally only one medium item. So, getting 25% reduction for the cooldown would be insane.
I've come too far to let you stop.
And we get the mini cutlass instead. Why? Because fuck you, that's why. Five. I mean, I'm just gonna get health since we can afford it. XP, please. Dooley. Is it dinos or is it railgun? It is dinos. Robotics factory dinos. Okay, I don't like that. Please kill it before anything happens. Ooh, we just stopped it too. Damn. So that was like just barely a 7-second fight. I'm gonna watch that again for posterity. So good. So good. Ah, you'd love to see it. Damn, that's cool. So it's like our second, what's our second tenor in a row today? That usually never happens. We actually got really lucky on that run with the way everything kind of panned out. Almost at diamond. Oh right, the you technically don't use the drum. Alright, well, since we've got at least 10 again. Whenever it holds out, I always hope it's like a skin or something. No, not this time. There were some things that I wanted to equip though. We're gonna do a Mac run next.
Life is my penance. I will.
There was a rug that we recently got. I think it was this one. There was a stash that we got, which is this. I just love the beetle stash though, so I think I'm not gonna change that. The card back though, I think we got this one recently. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. And we've missed the last couple of boards that we could have gotten, which is really sad. All right, well, here we go. Okay, let's get...
Punish the warful. Your aura guided me what you needed. Use that.
Okay. I was hoping we could get the slow thing. Maybe we could go for like a femur build or something. I don't know, we can make the region thing work. It's just gonna be more difficult to do. I also hope we find blank slate pretty early. If we don't, it's gonna fuck us up a lot. So what we definitely want, because we're potentially going for femur builds, is we want the skill. So hopefully we get the skill. Although most of the time when I fight Kyber Drone, I usually end up getting the talisman.
Ultimate power. I have no time for it.
All right. Nope. Nope. There's like one region weapon. That's it.
Some more stories. Then come back and tell me.
Some are too proud to be trained by a child. And you've learned all you can from me. See Argenta.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Ugh, that feels bad. I hate doing that.
I guess I made a sale.
Okay, another region. We need 5 more.
You are a child.
Pretty sure we don't win this combat unless they had a really poor draw. Icy grappling hook. I think catfish and their shield is enough to stop us. We have region, but they can't outdo the poison, especially since they've got the Yeti crab here on the catfish. That's going to be enough to secure them the win, unfortunately. Yeah, Mac runs start out really slow now. Mac used to be like the king of early starts, and he very much is not that anymore, so... Okay, looks like we're really pushing the region path here. It's nice. It's good too. Okay, so after that... just need 3 more region items.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff.
And then
So, how about
we can start figuring stuff out.
Do you have to leave already?
Oops. I'm fairly certain we're fine. I think we're gonna eventually outpace him with our regions, so we should be okay. Looks like, okay. I'm dropping frames a bit here. That's not good.
The waste of my time.
Yeah, I do apologize for the frame drops. I'm pretty sure it's an issue with my apartment. Because I pay for the highest speed internet package, and, well, I mean, it could be both, right?
Cast aside your
Could be both. Ah, man. Come on.
Another step forward on my path.
Alright, we'll go here because this is another place to get a reagent. Damn, I was hoping it was going to be, what's it's called? Another region one. We just need one more.
I have faced 82 foes exactly like you.
Yep.
People are a pattern.
Keeps going
I
in
may
and
be
out.
young for a captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
I just don't understand where all the frame drops are coming from. It's actually insane. They do too much damage. Does this have crit? It's not a crit. But we can't get through their shield either, so we actually just lose. Yeah, shielded lighter is just too strong.
I paint my
Yeah.
ship red, but I don't.
Yeah, not enough to outlast the storm, unfortunately. Still haven't found a blank slate.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Which has me worried a bit. Used to be good, not anymore. That is a region item, but it's hella expensive.
Oh, I think you're really.
We're gonna go for it anyway. Okay.
Our items have lived. They have stories.
I don't think anyone here has a ticket. I just don't know if we build up enough region for the hover bike guy. I'm gonna go Frost Street just in case. Yeah, it just, the frames just like keep dropping. I don't understand. Just needs to build up to 75. I don't know if we get there. I don't think we do. Probably get pretty close. Yeah. We needed like another round of
What strange creatures prowl these streets?
of stuff in order to make that happen.
There's no one keeping track of reality. You know?
Stored over Ruby. Okay.
More to learn.
Well, we don't have bronze anything right now, so skill it
You're probably
is.
too skilled for my humble abilities. I spent half my
Let's do
life
that. That way it starts off at slightly higher
9
region.
years.
When I complete the great
Can't
work,
afford it.
there will be gold aplenty.
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
Okay, now we need to buy relics and slow items. Still haven't found blank slate, which is
My
bad.
fight isn't with you, but with you inside.
I've never really seen blank slate past like past silver. So if we start seeing gold items, there's a good chance that we'll just never see it. I think we lose this combat too. Well, maybe not. Okay, come on. Come on, we gotta get you that ×2 multiplier. Yes! Yes, we did it. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. If we could get a good enchant on this, like even obsidian, that would be like insane. Although we probably don't want obsidian if we go for library, so.
Few warriors live to retire. Buy my weapons, and you might.
No.
I respect new
I was hoping that we could find like maybe an early femur,
If I don't have what you need,
but
I'll help you find who
I
does.
guess not. Wow,
You might try
no
JJ
slow
Shop.
items.
Real friendly guy.
This guy has a ticket, but I don't think we have the damage to beat him. I will try,
We will aquaform
but the
streets
eels are
will be
probably
our
gonna do
river.
us in. Well, we might have a chance here. Oof, those hits hurt. 52% chance to crit. Alright, just outlast,
To incur the wrath
Nice.
of the Deep Dynasty. Is it courage or madness?
Okay, maybe we'll transform that.
If you have to ask
Okay,
the
some
price, you can
slow items, please.
Whoever said
Okay,
money
that is
can't buy
1,
fast
and it's
has
also
neither.
a relic, which is good. Unfortunately, we cannot afford. Well,
Remember, diamonds
okay.
come in
So
small
we need 2 more relics and 4 more slow items.
Formula of life is revealed.
You seem lighter. I think you had a breakthrough. Are you sure? You're kind of bleeding.
I will leave you alone. alive to learn.
Still no blank slate,
I may be young
which is
for a
bad.
captain, but I've seen my share of storms.
Yeah, it's very likely we just are not gonna find blank slate, like basically ever in this run. I know Crip mentioned it on stream yesterday,
You fall like
as
a
like,
boulder.
he was like kind of joking around and saying that maybe it was like a conspiracy, but he's never seen blank slate, like a gold or diamond one that's offered in the shop. Like ever. And I honestly, when he said that, I wasn't sure if that was true or not. But yeah, usually I don't see it offered very much, so it's possible that could be a thing.
A customer.
That's a relic. This is a relic 2. Okay, now I need slow items. I'm getting no slow items, and it's actually really, really bad. We might not even get the event this run, which is bad. Mac actually kind of needs the event. The event, if anything, is like super tailored to Mac. So Mac not having access to the event really screws him up a lot. But a lot of the time, just getting there is usually a big challenge, because you have to make it to like day 9, and right now it's not looking good. We're on day 5 and we've only won 1 PvP combat, so okay, we can get slow items here, which is good. Turbo Laboratory. Wow. That's crazy. Man, I wish I could afford that. I really do, I really do.
Look at this! So fast now!
Okay. That's slow. Need one more slow after that. Fireflies don't count. It has a slow keyword, but it's not actually a slow item.
Closer and closer. I can hear my sister's laughter.
No slow event either.
Master Merchant or
Yep.
something.
There we go.
Sell me something.
Okay. Let's see. That's not a relic. That's not a relic. Right now, that should be fine. What we do want to prioritize is we want to find the salts. And we want to find the salts, a femur, and probably a like a lifesteal potion or something like that.
You remind me of someone I fought last century.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Obsidian grenade. 115% chance to crit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, this is Jover.
Land legs make you
Yep.
predictable. You move in straight lines.
Yeah, still dropping frames. Good lord. Okay.
Come with no weapons? Leave.
Oh, we also want to find earrings too.
I feel like
Nothing there.
being fully present with
Not
me.
surprised.
Let's chat. Happy to
There is. There's that. Okay, so we want to do this and then put that there because we only have one weapon right now. But we eventually want to replace these with a femur. And this potentially with something else. Like normally this would be blank slate. Again, we're at the point where I highly doubt we're gonna find blank slates, so yeah, I don't know. Eventually, we want to get some kind of enchant on the life conduit. Probably burn. Okay. Huh. Alright.
The bazaar has many secrets. I will uncover
Okay, in this
them all.
case, I'm actually upgrading the Sands of Time so it can slow 3 items now. Small and large.
I pay well for mid-sized things.
That feels bad. Okay, macroscope and excavation tools are actually pretty good.
Normal. Maybe I can resell this to my employees. I hope that brat quits.
Okay, times 4.
You see that, Parkin? That's how it's done.
Alright.
I will leave you alone.
So basically, we have a femur build minus the femur.
Underestimate me. It makes this
So,
more fun.
yeah, we kind of need to make that a priority now. We need to find femur. Long John, Cutlass, Julian. Yeah, I don't. Since we have no scaling damage, we kind of really have to hope that we don't get crit too often. Ouch.
All cannon.
Ah, both of these went off at the same time. Pretty much needed to avoid that. You needed the damage to stagger.
Any good fights lately?
There it is. Alright, goodbye.
Hey, when you carry my weapon, I fight alongside you.
Alright, so... So we want to do something like that. Ouch. Oops, sorry. need to upgrade this right away. Jack isn't the one with the femur. The one that has the femur is the Oasis Guardian, but still, we'll go here because we can get stuff that's mildly helpful, I think. Could be wrong. Alright. Yeah, we got femur pretty late, so I am worried about our prospects overall. I think it's possible that we might go 4 wins with this build.
Sell you things.
And that's kind of a big if. So
a mile is just
that's always good.
And all measurements are imaginary.
Welcome in, hon. What can I get you?
We really want to find an upgrade for this.
See that mountain? That's home. He might have what you need.
If you knew my true purpose, you would stand aside.
If anything, we're probably going to use the cheat death event to make everything gold, potentially. But hopefully that's into the future. Right now, we should be able to get at least a couple of other combats under our belts before we have to resort to that, I hope. Okay, medium and large again.
Small things.
Nope.
Feel my leaves falling.
People first, profit 10.
Oh man. Yeah, that's not great. We don't have a ticket either. I don't think any of these have a ticket, but I think Wandering Shoal has the slow one. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we want to get Thick Hide. Thick Hide would be insane. We also need to start looking into crit skills as well. Crit on haste, crit on slow. Just flat crit, anything like that. That's actually pretty good. 2 for 1. 2 for 3. We lose the region, but we also make our items slow for 1 more. So that's an upgrade for sure.
Oh, come on then. Let's get this over.
Damn.
Oh, I didn't want to.
My power
Yeah, we can't keep
burns
coasting on silver
melting
femur.
away impurities.
Sapphire. Small. Alright.
I would never debase my wares by haggling. Ugh.
1 for 2. 3 for 1.
Oh, I understand. Class isn't for everyone.
All good things if we were not going for that.
People are a pattern.
Oh.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble.
Yeah, that guy got nuked. Thanks for the spam there, buddy. Yeah, best viewers on whatever the hell that says, I bet. dead.
My
Yeah.
ship red, but I don't
Shit. Well, there's our cheat death. Okay. All right.
The smaller the portions, the finer the meal. If you want cheap junk, go see Curio.
That's a good one. 1 for 4. They have to do around 3,200 damage. I'll give it a try. We slow. If enough slows hit the sniper rifle, we should be okay. Yeah, we'll be fine. Okay.
watching your
Cool.
The bazaar's a crazy place, right?
Damn.
That's okay. It was
with enough power. I will
Okay, yeah, this is getting crit. Perfect. Maybe we can get some slow increases in here.
Warms my rusty
Our damage is always good. I'll get the egg, because why not?
Waiting for you. Hooey! Now that's a bargain. Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar. Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything.
1% cooldown. Why not? Another Mac, 5 wins.
Why must we do this? Death laughs at us both. You are a child to me, and I will punish you.
But thank you very much, Seribot, for nuking that. Oh, Jesus Christ. I might be cooked here.
Every failed
Oh, never mind.
lights the path to success.
Kept involving at just the right time, but small and medium. Okay.
How do hugelings use these things? Go buy something huge and then sell it to me.
Gold I cannot afford realistically. We'll go with Trash Titan. We really want to get Juggler, because we have a bunch of small items, especially ones that go off multiple times, that can duly charge the femur.
Another specimen for my collection.
Damn. Of course not.
Another step forward on my path.
Alchemy is more poetry than science. I fear you will take it too far. Talk shop.
Okay, that's a worthwhile upgrade.
Visit Jules' restaurant. Relax.
I'm finished with fighting. But I can help you finish the fight.
Damn it.
I hope you live long enough to read
I was really hoping we'd find an upgrade for Femur, but
When we are finished, may I dissect you for
damage would have gone up to 75 from 50 per slow. Interesting. It's a friend build. Okay. Alright, well, we've secured the bag at 4, so that's great. Oh man, there have been so many frame drops this stream. What the hell is going on?
I would spar with you.
Okay. Damn it.
Azar is not kind to the weaponless.
Oh. It's a scary one. I mean, this is okay, yeah. But if anything, probably want Unwavering.
I will remember
nice.
You and return.
What the hell? Oh, lag. Third portrait didn't even spawn in. What the hell? Okay, let's try that again. Okay, that's better. Yeah, we're still gonna try for Juggler here. Well, basically like double our DPS, so we really want it.
Man or beast.
Damn it! Keep getting that stupid ass ectoplasm. That's like such a common drop. Ice Claw.
I have seen realms you cannot comprehend. But this place is not. And what will you find
Nope.
instead, mortal? Something.
Okay. Femur. Come on! What is this? Oh my god.
In 100 years when you are dust, I...
Dinos. With Bob. Shielded Momosaur. Oh shit. And it looks like this went off twice. This went off and this went off. Looks like that crit. Okay.
Oh, hello.
Alright, come on now.
Welcome to my
Don't
business.
hold out on me. Come on, man.
Am I even a master merchant?
What the hell? Just gonna go with health. Alright. Third time attempt for Juggler. Come on. Come on, give me something. Give me something. Don't give me that stupid ass ectoplasm again, I swear.
Not all my
Oh
subjects
my
survive
god.
my
That's the third ectoplasm in a row.
formula of life is revealed.
No fucking way, dude.
You had a chance at Damascus steel. The fire softens before it strengthens.
That is actually wild.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
Like, I know there's 2 of them, but we fought him 3 times. 3. We got ectoplasm every time. He had so many items to offer. And all we got was ectoplasm 3 times in a row.
Go ahead.
That is actually ridiculous.
It makes this more fun.
Oh, that's a lot of burn. Gotta get slows on all this shit. He's got more HP than I do too. Crit. That's a lot of shield.
Bring her about.
Okay,
I've
good.
got another salvo with me.
Hard shell. Yeah. Again, apologies for the frame drops. I really have no idea what's going on. Like yesterday, I streamed and there's like maybe 1 frame drop the entire time. Like 1 event. And today it's just like all day. I have no fucking idea what's going on. I don't know if it's the apartment complex. I don't know if it's Spectrum just like throttling our shit. Okay, we actually want to go here for the Foreboding Winds. Arguably, we also should have gone to the other guy for the slow skill.
The Outlander way is truth. Someday you will see.
Wow, we actually got it.
Closer and closer.
Crit skills. Yes. We have more than that. 16% chance to crit. Don't mind if I do. That's at 71% now, which is great. Pendulum. Normally I would take that, but kinda set.
That's good, I guess.
Let's go with skills. 10. Okay, that's 8% more. That's worth it. So we're at 79% crit.
In 100 years when you are dust, I will remain.
Okay, so if we get in at least like a crit, we should do a majority of a lot of people's health, probably. I don't like the look of this though. We need to slow things. And like we're dead.
I flow like the wind.
Ah, that's too bad.
Even
We're 1
Zosima
away.
will have to admit, that was good.
Damn. I think that's still like that's still a pip though. Yeah, it's 1. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with my connection. It just doesn't make sense. Alright, I really don't like playing Vanessa right now, so we're gonna skip. We're gonna do another dually run. I think I may need to look into getting a separate line. It could just be that a lot of people are using the internet right now. And so, if everyone is using the AirNet right now, I'm just kind of SOL in terms of having like any kind of meaningful stream session. In fact, let me check. Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, those frame drops are no joke. Jesus.
You've just taken the first step toward good taste. Whoever
Just
said money
in
can't buy
case.
had neither.
I'll keep honing my skills. Next time, I might surprise you. There are greater
Sure.
trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready for
In
that.
fact, let's do that. Yeah, that's better.
People first, profit 10. So, how about this weather where... Oh, you're leaving. That's good.
Hmm. Yeah, I think he's got me because of the burn. I have no way to counter the burns, so I just die. Alright, come on, connection. Like, why does this always happen when I stream? Whenever I stream, the connection just goes to shit. It just doesn't make sense.
Come on in. Let's chat.
No tanky yanky.
Welcome in, hon.
Okay, we
What
might
can I get
see
you?
a silver dino.
Hey,
We
that's
do
okay.
not.
It's been nice talking to you.
I guess we'll go with coconut crab. Doll was out of the question, and I'm pretty sure the scaling for the damage with the crow would have been too much for us because we have no scaling whatsoever. So inconsistent. I don't know. Maybe it's even Twitch too, but I don't think so. It just doesn't make sense. Like, I'm sitting here watching the frames literally die.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind fires remorse never. Be remorseless. Tell everyone you got it here. Shall I grab it for you?
Do I go weapon core or do I go primal core? I mean, we haven't gotten any dinos yet. We're basically on track for a railgun build, so alright, I'm gonna go weapon core. I don't like that, but right now we kinda don't have a whole lot of choice about it, so It is what it is.
All things in moderation. Class and business.
There's Railgun.
Maybe I can resell this to my employees.
Right now, it is only bronze, but we can make it work still.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my share of
Oh, God. Shrimp double barrel. I mean, I think we've got this one, because he has nothing that reloads. So...
Like my
Yep.
crew says at the bar, another round.
Only just, but still.
Make deals, not war.
Nothing.
You're not
Okay.
ready to accept the light.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I... Do you have to leave already?
Man, that's at 1? Seriously? Okay, this guy's a ticket, so we're gonna go after him.
Was it bismuth? I flunked again.
Did not get what we were looking for. Charge the tech to the right.
I respect loyalty, but Kev's not here.
Should be 240 now. 270, okay.
Few warriors live to retire. Buy my weapons, and you might.
Oh, there's Tanky Yankee. Well,
All my weapons have been tested in battle.
it's too bad we're already firmly entrenched with Railgun. Arc Blaster or Chris Army Knife? I'm gonna try switching it up for a spell.
I have faced 82 foes exactly like you. People are a pattern. Please, share with me your
Okay.
secrets.
Yeah, it seems like Arc Blaster's better. I don't think we were offered crit core either. I'm trying to remember if we were or not. I don't think so though.
You can't afford it. Ugh, window shoppers.
Medium, no thank you. I guess I'll just get a Cinder to sell. Still 3. Okay, we can try for another ticket here.
Drown in my wrath.
He's got so much more HP than we do, though. We should be okay.
The Deep King will avenge me. I know he will.
Oh man. I've never been more disappointed to get eels. So sad. Oh, come on. No upgrade for railgun? Seriously? Use the core, gain 10. That just doesn't work. I'm gonna go with defense grid instead. That makes me sad. Just the way that things are, it just can't line up. That's good enough. Alright, well.
I should warn you.
Ooh. It was a big stretch. I think we're okay. I really wish we had crits on the railgun, but oh well. For now, it's actually fine. God, we're still dropping frames.
Cast aside your destruments. I can feel
Okay, that should net us another tech item. And a gold one at that. Red button. It's actually not bad. Although it is 9 seconds, so... Cybersecurity. Not today, buddy, unfortunately. Mayor has the ticket, so we'll try for him.
Talk to my advisor, Mr. Barkington. Security! Security?
Come on. Just give me something that I want for once. What the hell?
Pay well for mid-sized. I've got 4 legs because I carry the company.
Scrap. Can't even use it. But then charge the tech. Oh, that's not a friend, right? Damn, I was like thinking that would have worked. Okay, I'll keep that around though, just in case.
Gigamart's owner is the ultimate businessman. Take the deal. Your cart is empty? What are you even doing?
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend.
Oh, this is getting rough. We're not really getting a whole lot of upgrades that matter. It's not good. You basically need to kill him before that gets out of control.
Next time, boys.
Okay, got it.
Less blunder, more plunder.
Sorry, just checking something real quick. No, that doesn't work for me, no sir. Oh, we can get a ticket here. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer.
0. That is actually crazy.
That's okay. It was nice to see you.
Actually gonna go here for the insect wings. Paralyzing Rush actually isn't bad, but cool LEDs doesn't go off enough to make that like good. But if we get it, I'm not going to turn it down. Emperor. Of course. 1. Man, this has been a really, really shitty crypto.
Sale, no sale. I want what's right for you.
Feels kind of ironic saying that, but...
You might try JJ.
Okay, great. Let's bump this up to 500 something damage. There we go. Barbed wire. Another railgun, just like us. He's got crit though. That could mean all the difference. Yep, and it did make all the difference. Also, if I had just that much more damage, could have beat him. Damn.
The bazaar's a crazy place, right? Buy, don't buy, as long as we get to hang out.
I'm finished with fighting, but I can help you finish a fight. The
No.
bazaar is not kind to the weapon.
It's funny how when I'm not looking for dinos, suddenly they're like everywhere. You know? Alright. Crude tools. Thrusters. That's a 2.
Don't worry, none of my students have grown extra eyes. This was, a unique circumstance.
Right. Sure.
And time are only suggestions.
Even though we don't do any of that really. Just get the region. Dinos. Okay, you can blow up the battery. Ooh, I think I'm just straight up dead. Yep. Oh man. This is not going well. I don't want medium items. Like, you keep giving me medium items like they're supposed to be meaningful. Oh look, it's at 0 again.
Any good fights lately?
But medium items are just shit. It's good enough.
I hope you live long enough to reconsider.
Bouncertron, yep.
Entry denied. Rejection systems disabled.
Pulse rifle.
The Grand Society of Master Merchants.
Well, the good news is that we're gonna make it to day 9. The bad news is that we may die before we get there, which I really don't want to happen. But I kind of don't have a lot of control over that, so...
Small items, small people. I love them all.
Oh man.
Feel my leaves fall.
Yeah. Yeah, every time I look over at my connection, it's always like not green. Like right now it's in the yellow. But okay. Heavy companion core. That's an interesting choice. Alright, let's go. Now, I believe we should still be good against the boulder trap. This guy's got 2750. It's 20 seconds. We should be okay with our accelerated damage. I hope. Yep. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit worried. It's better than nothing. I think this time I'm gonna go for the Mythkeeper. I feel like my build is still pretty weak. Hopefully we get that relic that when we sell it gives the leftmost item obsidian. We can get obsidian on the railgun that can actually bring us back from the brink, so I would very much like that. But now we have shielded. Okay, I am going to put shielded on this just in case. I was debating putting the healing on it too, but Toxic. Darkstone. I mean, can anything really benefit from poison? I guess that's our best bet, really. I guess I'll put poison on the core? That or the arc blaster. Put it on the core. Back. I really would have liked an obsidian enchantment, but okay. Ooh. Okay, that's quite an array of stuff. This guy's still running freeze. He's got black ice. I think we still have him here though, but yeah, freeze just isn't what it used to be for Mac.
I must repeat the experiment.
So unfortunately that doesn't work. Not for him, but it works in our favor, so happy about that. Loombot.
Greetings,
Rando enchant.
I'm pleased to finally meet you. Now you can see it like I see it.
Toxic. Okay. Oh yeah, we want to go here for the crit skill. I mean, we only have 10% crit, but if there's ever a chance that it does go off, dealing 2 times crit damage is actually really good. Well, it's more like 1.5 times or something like that, but still,
Dervish is to be free. Join us.
it's worth having. Is the main thing. Damn, Basilisk Fang instead. All right. Oh Jesus! All right, let's entertain the fight. Level 10. He does have Caltrops. And destroy a small item. Destroy an item. Shit. Okay. And he blew up the railgun. This fucking guy. This is why I don't like fighting him. This thing randomly blew up like the item that I need him to not blow up.
There's a lot of robots in the bazaar.
That is hilarious. I'll just go with heavy machinery there.
With you.
Wow, Diamond Dualtron continues to mock me. Okay. If we get to cheat death, I'm probably going to use the upgrade to make everything gold. I like the visual bug of the ammo there. There's actually a chance that we lose. We do have shield, but his damage scaling is really good. Yeah, even though it is silver. Okay. There we go.
My battle days are over, but my weapons crave more. Hey, when you carry my weapon,
Sitting angry balloon bot. Okay.
You with the Gorgons? Nasty snakes.
Strength, I guess. Keen Eye's good too.
Tell your bosses they're gonna pay for this.
Oh, nice. Okay. 22% chance crit.
Yes,
Gonna go for the crit skill here. Didn't crit a single time. I think I went off 4 times. 4 times, yeah. Damn it. I don't need that anymore. Well, we just upgraded everything, so I guess not. There we go. 800 damage. Perfect.
People first, profit 10. Maybe I'm not cut out for business.
It's a pig. I believe they have died as well.
Boring.
They have 28-hour fitness resto version. Oh shit. Yeah. Yep. That is actually an insane version of that build. Wow. And we basically got gate kept out. Damn. Still got one on there though. Okay, I'll do one more run.
I will find
I'm gonna do a Mac run since the last one with Mac wasn't super good. I think we got to like six wins with Mac last time, which is fine, but it's clearly capable of doing more than that. Starting out with a blank slate, that is very good. Do that, do that. That's great. I don't think we beat Viper, to be honest. I'll go with Nanoball. We get duct tape, we get a slow item, which means we can start building up the blank slate, which is good. And start getting the quests done there. Depending on how things go, we might go the same route as we did last time with a femur build, but we might not. It all kind of depends. But yeah, this one will definitely be the last one. We didn't get it. Damn. Okay, small burn.
The bazaar has many secrets. I will uncover them all.
That is fine.
I'll keep honing my skills. Next time, I might surprise you. There are greater
Crit.
trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready for them.
You've just taken the first step toward good. Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
Don't have any slow. We don't.
Fire's remorse never. Be remorseless.
There is a good chance that we lose this first combat. We might end up losing the first couple of combats, to be real. Yeah, that's definitely a distinct possibility. Yeah. Yep. This is an auto lose.
You can learn a lot from
I don't know, we might just end up with a blank slate build. If we can get, at the very least, poison and burn on there, we can look for, I think it's like Toxic Fire, the skill. Whenever you burn, increase poison. Whenever you poison, increase burn. That goes really well on the blank slate, so... Okay, here we can get a reagent. Fiery runic potion. Okay.
Come on in. Let's chat. So,
Slow
how about this
item.
weather where... Oh, you're leaving.
Heavy ruby. Okay. Skeeto, yeah. Kind of sad, but I think that's what needs to be done. I actually want the amber.
Another specimen for my collection.
Damn it.
Reward the peaceful, punish the war.
Yeah, sure, we can start building on that too.
You are enough, friend. But I'm glad you bought.
Wow. Okay. Great. Sure, we'll get that. get rid of you, and we'll start fiddling with you.
My mind glows.
Okay, so for this,
Everything.
we need to get 5 more items. Loot. Let's just get a regular item. Fungal spores. Not super helpful, not bad.
I say, our items have lived. They have stories.
Up against the
You are a
pig.
child to me, and I will punish you.
My dreams are too big for you to steal.
Showcase. Oh god. Okay. Their burst is gonna be enough. Their scaling's just too good. This next round, we're just kinda dead.
That was invigorating.
Alright, well, we got the region on that. So now... Ah, okay. It just didn't update. I was like, did it not slow at all? Like, what the hell?
Discounts for peace. Use that for the good of all.
You're huge. Do you have any huge items?
Okay, I need for you to start giving me, like, slows and all that other good stuff.
Fun size, and then there's boring size.
Region as well, because this is, like, actually crazy.
Buy from Barcoon instead. He actually cares about this.
Let me do something like that. Get more slow in. I honestly just don't know. Just go here. Seems safe. Okay, so we've almost got the fire portion unlocked. The one that's going to take the longest is poison, it looks like. Alright, get in one more fire. One more. Come on. That's really lame.
Man or beast. Sometimes it's hard to tell.
The bazaar's a crazy place, right? Now, if that doesn't work out for you, come back for a refund.
My power burns hotter, melting away impurities.
Bronze. Let's do that, because it'll go up to 2 items. Yep. anything to transform? We don't. Just get a random burn. Oh, nice, right. That works for the region as well. Okay. So now we have to build region on this guy.
If you knew my true purpose,
hopefully we
you would stand
can.
aside.
Although right now we don't have like a ton of region going on. Oh god, this guy's dinos, huh? Yeah, this guy's got a full build already. Damn. Yeah. Slow's almost done. Poison's got a while to go.
What can I get you?
An alchemist with no gold.
I can't afford that.
It is almost
Are you
humorous.
serious? Okay.
I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
Freeze? Sure. Start working on freeze as well. Why not? Okay, this guy has a ticket, but we just cannot fight him.
Another fool with too much gold.
We don't put on enough dot, either fire or poison, to make a dent in him in between eel strikes, so no, not even gonna entertain it, just gonna smile and just move ahead. Okay, great. Okay, so we got that one, that one's good.
You have the metal to be a dervish.
Slow's almost done. Okay, we might be able to take this one all the way and complete all the quests, which would be really good. Let's get some XP.
With enough power, I will defeat death itself.
Actually, yeah, because that would make this go off more often, potentially. We are so poor right now. I will go ahead and actually leave that on.
I will leave you alive to learn the lesson.
It might not be enough for us to win, but it might give us like an extra round of stuff to apply, so. Okay, so now this is slow. So we're just working on poison and freeze now. We need to get an enchant on here, an enchant on here. The enchant on here ideally is shield. For this, it's like fire or poison, preferably fire. Obsidian's good if you're not going for library, so that's a potential maybe. Wow. 2,178 region. And we had a cheat death that we didn't use, so it's a nice stall out. Oh my god, we have so many catalysts.
Come with no weapons, leave with big bargains.
Whew.
You're not ready to accept the light. And that's okay.
Just gonna get some regen overall. There's not really anything in the tools that I want. Pretty sure we're good against Mod Squad, so. Okay, yeah, freeze is almost done. Then it's just poison. Hoping we can find the toxic fire skill, or whatever. Okay, there's the freeze. Nice. Memento Mori actually saved us. Excellent, excellent.
Another step forward on my path.
Wow. That is something. Oh. Really? Okay. So that's ×1. Yeah. Bronze or monster.
I love this company.
Oops, sorry about
I love
that.
The company's owner. Who comes to Gigamart and doesn't buy anything?
Nothing tiny, nothing huge.
Wow.
Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise.
Okay. I would really like to find a Sands of Time, but may not be possible here. If anything, we might just go with
We're out to dethrone a king.
what's
not
this
to
called?
Squabble with nobody.
Oh, you know what? I also. Oh no, this is fine. Technically, I want to put this over here, though.
Defeat does not defeat
Nice.
me.
Did we get any poison in? It looks like we got a little bit. Let me see how many times this went off. Probably just once. Yeah, just once. Okay.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer.
$16.
Happy to make a sale. Sad to say goodbye.
Alright, that's gonna be our little makeshift weird thing. As much as I would not like to skip the large vendor, I just cannot afford anything there. I believe this guy has a ticket, so we should try for it. They do, okay. Okay, this guy has no friends or weapons, so it's only one time, but... Okay, so this went off twice. Oh, it's gonna be a real slow grind to get that last one in there.
After all these centuries, there is still
Silver lore. Hell yeah.
Tightened, tempered, oiled, and tuned.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind is highly concentrated. Ugh, window shoppers.
Can we get anything right now that's like
Sale, no
not
sale.
super
I want
expensive?
what's right for you.
I don't think so.
Hey, that's okay. It's been nice talking to you.
When we are finished, may I dissect you for study?
Oh, it's railgun shit. Ooh, ×6 on the slow. But they've got charge. Oh, never mind. Let's go off once. Didn't go off at all. Really? No, it went off once. So I had the multiplier go up. That's weird. Alright, whatever. Well, I mean, we won against a railgun, so I'm not gonna complain about that. Now our inventory is full.
You rely too much on reality. In reality, there's no such thing.
Toxic satchel. Thanks, but no thanks. Alright, actually for the PvE fight, let's do that instead. Do we go with the Viper Tyrant, the Chili? Guess I'll go Viper and hope that we'll get at least like 2 poisons in there. Okay. Well, we got 4. 4 is a nice solid number. Noxious potion. Slow. Yes. Charge the burn. Alright, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
Wonderful. I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff.
Yeah, no. Get a slow item. Okay.
If you knew my
Oh,
true
I saw a ×7.
you would stand aside.
Go ahead.
All right.
Makes this more fun.
I see. 125 damage. Wow, that's a lot. Looks like we'll be
You've got
fine.
talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
Okay, 5 more poison triggers. Just 5 more. Just 5 more. We're almost there.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
Get rid of you. Okay.
Just toss that on my back, and I'll trot it to your door.
Make deals, not war.
Very nice.
Our energies resonating.
Okay, this guy has the what's it called? The when you slow charge. And I have 1 second. Hopefully we can get it. That would be nice. Okay, 3 more triggers. One more trigger. Come on, man.
What strange creatures
Seriously.
crawl these streets? Closer and closer.
On top of that, we get a seaweed.
Hear my sister's laughter.
Actually ridiculous. Alright, well, we don't need you anymore, so once this is fully online, we'll get rid of that. We'll replace the macroscope. We want to get an enchant on that pretty quick.
Nothing I can do about your poor judgment.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
Excuse me?
Tell everyone you got it here.
That is great. Okay.
In 100 years,
6
when you are
multi.
dust, I will remain.
So dinos. It is. Really? The one thing you freeze is this? Oh, doesn't matter. Okay. Oh, he has the cool bank too. Love this guy. Alright, well, goodbye. Should be at ×3. And I might switch out Life Conduit at some point. Not gonna necessarily get rid of it, but
You want to buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
okay.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back. See that mountain?
Wow.
That's Paul. He might have what you need.
Okay, let's see how that does. Can we beat the Foundation? Foundation Revenant? I think we can. ×2. Yeah, exposing toxins would be good to get. That's nice.
Many secrets. I
Shield.
will uncover them all.
Okay. So we either want to put shield on the femur or shield on the slate. I think I'm going to shield the slate. That way we can get like deadly or obsidian on that potentially.
Come on in. Let's chat. Maybe I should lower my prices.
×4? Why'd it go up to ×4? There's just 3 relics. Is it double counting this because it's a quest item, maybe? Wow. That's an item. Holy shit. Okay.
You are a child,
×2.
and I will punish you.
You do see these tusks.
So either just 2 weapons, I think. Right? Weapon or friend.
Well, I'll admit, that was impressive.
Well, looks like I need to start consolidating these again. Wow. Well, too bad that doesn't count towards the total.
Nothing tiny, nothing huge. All about moderation.
No slows.
Every item.
Pendulum's nice, but
It's a relationship, you know?
You look rough, man. Let's fix you up.
wow, still no slows.
I kind of like you.
That's actually kind of wild. Alright, Trash Titan.
A waste of my time. But I do. My mind glows. I see
Crit.
everything.
Burn. Exactly. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah, without question. Without question.
Everyone here is huge. It's terrifying. I guess I made a
I
sale.
do not know how I'm going to slot in earrings. I am just not sure.
I'm finished with fighting. But I can
Very
still
nice.
make some more
Okay.
then come back and
All right, we are cooking now. Oof. this dinos? Dinos or railgun? Hydraulic press. Wow. Oh, and they've got the red button. Oh, that's disgusting. Alright, we need to kill this guy super quick. Right before it went off. Damn. Lucky. Lucky, 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 lucky.
I pay well for mid-sized things. Reasonable.
Please give me some slow items. Why do you forsake me?
Quicksilver's at selling.
Alright, here we go again.
I seek the ultimate power. I have no time for it.
Now Venom is going to be the thing that we get all the time.
Melting away impurities.
Yeah, it's too bad we didn't get the event this time around. Feels kind of bad, but it is what it is. Damn. No slow items. Man, are you for real? Come on. No slow items still. That's actually insane.
I have faced 82 foes exactly like you. People are a pattern.
Mac has so many slow items, and I'm just lucking into getting none of them. This guy's got Obsidian Drum. I'm pretty much dead just from this alone. Yep.
Don't let this get you down. Eyes on the prize.
Okay, let's bring me down to 3. Okay, I can get a slow item here, which is good. That's 1. I need to get 2 more relics and 4 slow items. Got it.
Oh, come on then. Let's get this over with.
Wow.
I didn't want to sell that anyway.
This is going to be a tough one. Alright. 3rd time's the charm. Again. Except this time, we've gotten this twice. We need crit on slow.
Not all my subjects.
Oh my god, come on. Seriously. This is actually ridiculous.
Well, good luck then. Temper, sharpen, reinforce. Hi there.
That's a slow. No rainbow potion though.
You've just taken the first step toward good taste.
Unfortunately, that does not count as a slow, but that was a relic. So okay.
I seek the ultimate secret.
I didn't see if that got a multiplier or not.
Captain, but I've seen my share of storm.
Should. It's got a bunch of weapons. ×7. This looks scary, actually.
with me.
You see landfill?
Okay, there are some slow items in here. That is one of them.
Rusty circuits to see that find a home.
Okay, it's one more after that. 2 for 3, 1 for 3, 1 for 2, 4 for 2.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does. You leave it behind,
Nope.
someone else finds it. It all works out.
Yeah, at this point we're not doing anything with the life conduit anymore, so that's gonna go bye-bye. Boss Harrow here. We can get assault focus. That's would be really great. Give us more slows.
Whatever move's paying you,
Okay.
I'll double it.
Yeah, we need crit. Damn.
Another step forward on my path.
Alright. There we go. Crit on slow. It's only 1%, but still. What's a relic?
Good of all.
Okay, so now we just need one of each. Just gonna go with life. Alright, another dually. And we, let's see, oh, hydraulic press again. Okay, 1, 2, okay. Turbo atomic clock. And you froze this, because of course you did. Damn. Was it the battery? Figurehead. Oh, because it's aquatic. Nice. Nice, nice. Yeah, let's go enchant here. That is an amazing enchant. Nice. Okay.
My journey has been long. It won't end here.
Fight a monster? Sure. Property Baron. Yeah, we should be fine against the Property Baron. Cool. 25% chance to crit.
After all these centuries, there is still more to learn.
Excellent. More damage is good.
People first, profit 10th. So, how about this?
All right.
Oh, you're leaving.
I was just being dumb there. Whatever. It's fine.
wasted my
Juggler?
time. But
New.
I do have plenty.
Oh, right. It actually works out a little.
I was expecting you 0.5 seconds ago.
It's a relic.
One less slow-mo in the world.
3 for 1, 1 for 3. But multi heavily depends. It's 1 second slower. This pig. There's a chance that throw net is actually better if he's running weapons, but if he's running weapons, I'm probably dead anyway. I'll just go with what that is currently. Hope for the best.
Listen. Are you sure? Have you noticed I'm huge?
Money tree, skyscraper. Oof. Yeah. I mean, it's day 14. Like, what are you gonna do? That actually makes a lot of sense. Not even upset about it. Okay, a little bit of Mac redemption there at the end. This should push us into Diamond? Oh no, not yet. I think I needed, what, 1 more win? What was I at, 8? Something like that. Yeah, I probably needed 1 more win to push into Diamond. That's fine. I'll just grind and get it off stream. Got 20 days left. Yeah, I should make it to Legend by the end, probably. Although right now is kind of the best time to grind it out there. It definitely gets a lot more difficult towards the end, where all the free-to-play players have run out of like tickets and stuff. It's a dupe. Okay. Alright, yeah, not bad today. Aside from the frame drops, which was kind of extremely unfortunate, actually ended up being a pretty good session overall. We got like 2 tenors in there. Basically, we didn't just flat out lose. We got 2 10s, was it like 2 2s, and I think 1 7 or 1 4. When I'm talking about, no, it's 2 10s, like 2 7s, and like 2 like 6s or something like that. I don't know. in either case, like I said, we actually didn't end up losing, like wasting a ticket or anything like that. So that's really good. Really happy about that. It was definitely a lot better than Tuesday. Tuesday was like really rough. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be it for me today and this week. Yeah, because it is Thursday, right? Let me check. Yeah, it's Thursday. I'm just losing track of my days. But yeah, that's it for today, this week. I'll be back next week, Tuesday, for more of the Bazaar, and then on Wednesday, I think we're going to go ahead and continue playing the Tainted Grail game. It was actually a lot of fun. Especially Summoner. I think it feels like Summoner is like super overpowered. At least in the first area. It looks like there's like 4, and I only made it to the second area and then just like killed over and died. So but yeah, we're gonna do more of that on Wednesday, and then of course on Thursday again, more of the Bazaar. And since this week's patch was like an optimization patch, next week is probably going to be more not necessarily like hot fixes, but actual fixes to like mechanics and like items and cards and stuff like that. So the meta is probably going to shift again a lot after Wednesday next week. So we'll see how that goes. At that point, it's like week 3, and things are definitely going to be a lot more difficult at that point. So hopefully by then I'll be close to Legend. That way I don't have to worry about needing to grind out anything. But we'll see how everything goes. I'm still adjusting to the new schedule, and again, I'm like super tired right now, so I'm actually surprised I was awake for all of that, really. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it, as always. Whether or not you choose to actively participate in the stream, asking questions, or you just lurk in the background, like if I'm like on like your second monitor or something, like all good. Just the fact that you showed up is great. So appreciate it. Thanks so much. Gonna have some lo-fi Final Fantasy VII music play us out. But please have a good rest of your day. Stay safe, stay warm. Remember to hydrate, and have a good weekend. All right. Until next time, I will see you then. Take care, and bye-bye.